exciting moment. 4 years and pretty much a month to the day. We were down here in Missouri dropping this car off. A day I never thought I'd regret. However, 4 years later, actually probably about 2.5, 3 years later, I kind of regretted it. As you all know, my wife Daniela, she races, and she's pretty much, I don't want to say maxed out the car, but it's gone 5.0s and it's gone to the 7s with an 850 cert. So we needed it upgraded anyways. So instead of upgrading that car, we bought Night Train back. So pretty exciting. It's a really proven car. It's been 4s, it's been 750s consistently. It does have 750 cert. My plan is to probably upgrade that next winter to a 650 or 6.0 cert and really be able to take this car to the next level. So this is going to be her new race car, and couldn't be more excited to have it back. Pretty excited. So now we're going to go ahead and make the 9 or 10 hour drive back home, and to colder weather, and I mean it's cold here, but it's even colder there, and get it unloaded at some point and start working on it and making a couple changes to it. We'll kind of go over that later and see how fast we can really make this car. Probably be faster than the wagon, and then I'll probably regret something, but either way, it'll be a good time. All right, so we're back here in Ohio. Got the car unloaded, cleaned it up a little bit. It was not the way I left it, needless to say. But yeah, I got it a lot cleaner, a lot happier with that. So it's not perfect yet. I got friends that can detail, so we'll get it spruced up. I just couldn't stand looking at it. I had it sitting in the garage and had to walk past it a couple times, and I just couldn't stand seeing it the way it was. So besides cleaning it up, let me tell you a little bit about the car for those that don't know. 2002 real WS6, 31,000 mile car, 750 cert. I bought the car, I think it was in 2015, sold it in 2020, stopped racing it end of 2019, and never raced it at all in 2020. Sold it at the end of 2020 to just move on to other things. I kind of wanted to get into no prep. So this car was, locally it was a little bit ahead of its time. There was no classes that I could race it in unless I wanted to bracket race it. It just didn't make sense anymore to keep having it around other than to get a personal best. There wasn't a whole lot of local cars that was as fast as this. I let it go. Never thought I'd want it back. Well, I did. Not for me. As you can see by the name on the window, it's not for me anymore. It's for my wife, Daniela. So we're upgrading from the white car back to the black car. But a little bit more about the car. It's a LS powered. It's an LSX block, 388 cubic inch. It's got a Precision 106 on it right now. Doesn't seem real happy, so we might be changing that out. But it's got a billet crank, billet rods. It's like 12.5 to 1 compression, O-ringed block. I mean, it's 245 hipped trick flow head, solid roller cam. I was spinning it to 9,000 RPM before, so I mean, it's a hell of an engine. As far as the transmission, it's a Power Glide now. Actually, gonna change that up a little bit, but it's a Power Glide. It's got a PST carbon drive shaft in it, 40 spline axles with a 9-inch. It does have a different gear in it than when I sold it. I don't know what it is. I think it's a 75 or a 389 maybe. When I had it last time, it had a Viking shocks on it. It's got kinetic shocks on it now, so we'll kind of go over those and probably leave them on there and learn them. It runs on Q16 right now. Probably not gonna keep it that way. It is a 750 cert cage, probably out of cert now. Relook at that and make sure we get that recertified and everything. So a couple changes we're going to make to it. The seat is really low and really far back, perfect for me, not so much for her. So we're going to change that. We are going to probably switch it over to E85 for now instead of the Q16 just for cost. We love racing our cars. As you can tell, we take ours out probably more than anybody else around. So to keep the cost down, we're going to switch over to E85, which is a different fuel pump, different injectors, and obviously tune it, put a flex fuel sensor in it, and do that. I want to change it's on a 16 volt system. I'm going to try to duplicate as much as I can to the wagon so we have less spare parts. I'm going to put a 14 volt system in it and do a excess power lithium battery in the back, or 2 of them like I have in the wagon, and then change it out to the same alternator I have in the wagon. More, especially when you have 2 race cars, the more you can, less spare parts you have, the better, because it costs a lot of money. So I'll change that stuff over. It is actually the same size wheel on both cars, so when we have spare wheels, it'll actually fit on both cars. If we want to go from a Pro Bracket Radial to a Pro, or this car actually fits a 315 also, which I don't see us ever really going back to. It was always faster on the 275, so I think we'll stick with that. There's a lot of little things I gotta fix or tweak back and kind of go over. I want to update a couple things. Over next winter, the plan is actually to send the car out and get it 650 certed. I already made the appointment for that. I also would want to do a dual fuel system like I have on the wagon, where we run 93 through the pits and on the street, and then have it automatically switch over to methanol. So that is also the plan to do next. I don't think that'll happen now, but we'll probably just do that next winter when we upgrade everything else. But overall, I say we, because the wife is extremely excited as well to have this back here in our lives, and I think this will make a phenomenal car for her. And the main reason for doing this is she wasn't at the limit, but we were getting close to the limit. We're already going faster than what the cert would allow on the cage for that car. So instead of dumping a bunch of money into that and keep taking that car further and further, this one was already built for that. I got thousands of hours in this car, so many late nights, early mornings, what have you, and a lot of testing and everything. But that car we had a lot of time in too, and it's been phenomenal. But we can let that one go and move on. And I think this will is the best, safest way for her to go a little faster, or a lot faster, and have a little bit more fun and just be safer. I think that'll be a lot of fun.